This is the third in a series of videos about the Courtesy Check Wizard by AEIDataworks. Before you start using the system seriously in your own shop, you need to customize it for your own use. To do that, we click on the tool icon at the bottom and enter the administrative password. When you first install the system, the administrative password is X. Very sneaky. This takes you to the first administrative page. You fill in the obvious stuff about your shop, the shop name, address, city, state. You can put in your administrative or support email address and your website. All this information is going to print on the header of the report. Your phone number and a fax number if you wish to put that on there. Then you can have two messages that you display that display also at the top of the screen. You can put whatever you want in these fields. On the footer, you're allowed to put in two footers, and these footers again can be any boilerplate text that you want to put in here. If you're familiar with hypertext markup language, you can use that in these two text boxes. As you notice, we used a B hypertext notation to print this in bold. You can also change the administrative password here. We're going to leave this alone for right now. We click the More button and we go to the second page of the administrative functions. You need to enter your technician identification in the system. To do that, we click the pull down. The system comes with somebody called Tech1 built into it. But to enter a new technician, you click Add New, and how you want the technician to be displayed in pull downs within the system. The final pull down, the last page, it'll be the technician's first name in most cases, or whatever nickname you use to identify the technician. Then you put in his last name and his first name, and any information you want to put in about this technician. You can put in that he's ASE certified. With this checkbox, you can activate and inactivate technicians. We never delete technicians from the system because our history, if you keep history for 5 years, you've got information about technicians that may or may not be working for you anymore. When you're done with that, you click the Submit button. If you're working in a networked system and you have multiple computers connecting to the Courtesy Check database, you enter the path to the database in the database directory field. You have to be very careful about entering this and get it right. You're not going to hurt anything, but if you don't get the path right to the database, the system won't accept your input for this particular field. Then we have some preferences here. Do you want to print the sequence number on the Courtesy Check Wizard? You can enter here what sequence number you want for the next Courtesy Check. This checkbox decides whether, in the general use of the system on a given computer, whether the system is going to print the report when you click the Done button on the last page. Technicians probably have no reason to display or print the report when they're done entering their Courtesy Check, whereas the service writer does. So this is just whether it displays the report by default or not on a given computer. If you have 5 computers in your shop, 4 of them may be set up to not print the report by default, and the others may be set up to print it. These are your thresholds for whether a particular condition is red, green, or yellow. And once you look at these, they'll be fairly self-explanatory. For tires, in this case, the report goes yellow if a measurement of 40% is entered, and it goes red if a measurement of 20% is entered. The same for all the other measurements that we have in the system. And that's basically it for setting up the system for use.